What is up, hot dog homie? Oktoberfest isn't just about beer and polka. It's tradition, it's family, and today I'm putting it all into one epic hot dog. So grab a beer, roll out the barrel. This is the Hot Dog Show. So today we're building the Oktoberfest hot dog. It's an all beef frank. It's on a pretzel bun. It's stacked with beer cheese, grilled kraut, with sweet peppers, a juicy brat crumble that I'm going to show you what we're going to do with a little bit later, and a spicy mustard. And since I've got German roots on my dad's side, I'm raising my grandpa Stein to do it right. Prost. Here's to you. So first we're going to start with our beer cheese. And what I'm going to do is we're going to take a little bit of cheddar that we've got out. We're going to take our box grater. And so I'm just going to grate, I would say about a half cup of sharp cheddar. And if you've seen any of our other videos where we've done cheese sauces, you know what we're going to do next. It's just a little hack that I found. Keeps your cheese sauce creamy, keeps your cheddar from clumping. Going to just take a little bit of cornstarch and we're going to sprinkle that down into our cheddar cheese. And we're going to give that a nice toss. We're going to mix that. So that's going to keep your cheese from clumping, and it's going to do another thing. It's going to help thicken your sauce. We're starting today with a base sauce of just nacho cheese. I figure let's make it easy on everybody, right? I can make a cheese sauce. You can make a cheese sauce. If you want to do that, by all means, please do. It's great. It's a good way to start. You can make your bechamel. You can put your cheese in it that way, or you could just do what we're doing. So we're just going to grab our cheese sauce that we've had warming up in our double boiler. We're going to bring that over here. We're going to add to that Oktoberfest Festbier. And this happens to be a California Festbier by Sierra Nevada and Stortebeker. Stortebeker. I don't know if that's right. And it's probably a terrible German accent. So we're just going to go in with about a half a cup of our beer. I've let it warm up so that it'll mix with our cheese. This is going to thin your cheese out just a little bit. That's fine. So we're just stirring our cheese, getting the beer incorporated. And next, we're going to get this back on the heat, and then we're going to throw in our cheddar. All right, while our cheese is heating up, we're waiting for it to get ready so that we can put our cheddar cheese in. We're going to go ahead and cut up a sweet mini pepper. And that's going to give us just a little bit of extra of that kind of sweet pepper flavor into our kraut. As you know, like a lot of Oktoberfest Bratwurst that you get come with grilled peppers. And this is kind of our tribute to the grilled pepper that goes along with a traditional Bratwurst. I bet that cheese is pretty warm now. Let's check that out. It's bubbling. We've given it a little bit of time. You can see that it's steaming. That's great. What cooking it down like this is going to do is going to cook out a little bit of that alcohol. It's going to leave a little bit more of the sweetness from the malt in the beer. It's just going to make for a good cheese. Now, it's a little thin to go on our dog. So if you remember, we put in a little bit of cornstarch with our cheddar. We're going to just sprinkle a little bit of that in. We're going to stir till it's nice and incorporated. And we're just going to rinse and repeat that until all of our cheese is incorporated. The cheddar is going to give it a nice sharp bite in the cheese as well. And that's going to pair well with our hot dogs and all the other toppings that we're going to be putting on. All right, our cheese is done. And now we're just going to keep it warm. So I'm going to put it over here on our steam pan to keep it warm. And we're ready to get our kraut griddling. And to start, where are my tongs? It's the one thing I didn't bring down. All right. No big deal. Just gotta get some tongs. Let me see those tongs. Tongs. All right. We're tonged up. We're getting ready to kraut up. Right now we've got a hot side of our griddle. We're gonna put down a little neutral oil. We're gonna get our kraut, and we're gonna go right down on that. We're actually going to use a little bit more than what you would think would go on the dog because this is going to cook down, and as it loses some of the water, you'll actually see it kind of shrink up. Our goal here is to get some of this kraut a little bit caramelized and a little bit crispy. One of the things that I like to do with kraut, it's already pretty salty, but you give it a nice few twists of some cracked pep, get that on. We're going to let that sit. If you remember, we put our red peppers over here and ready to go on top of our kraut. Not only is that going to give us a little bit of flavor, it's going to give us some beautiful color as well. It's going to mimic all of those awesome flavors when you get a bratwurst at Oktoberfest. So you could do this at home. You don't even have to go out. You could have bazillion beers, but you know what? It's way more fun to go out, drink your stein, get your beers, get those big 40-ounce Polliner beers or 64 ounces. I don't even know how much it is. Well, we're just waiting for our kraut to crisp up. We might as well get to a really fun time in the video that we like to call slapping it down. Woo! And our buns are pretty big, so we're going to use 2 dogs today. We're double dogging it. Let's get that. No, you don't. No, you don't. All right. We just want to get a little color on our dogs. One little tip that I'll give you is, and this is something I've discovered, is that when you've got your steam pan, you've got your perforated steam pan so that the steam comes up, you don't want the water going directly onto your buns. Take your bag of buns, keep them in there, and look how steamy they are. And they're not overly wet. They're just nice and steamy. They're going to be ready to go once your dogs are crisped up. This next part could be controversial. I don't know. I was talking about brats earlier, and we are definitely going to incorporate some brat into this hot dog. So we're going directly down. We're taking the casing off of that, and we're going to let that brown up. And I think our dogs are good here. We're going to move them over to the cooler side, just keep those warm, and we're going to get this brat. We want it to break up. We want it to get nice and crisp. All right, we're starting to get some good color on our bratwurst meat, and that's what we're looking for right there. All right, we're just going to pull a brat crumble off. We've got beautiful color on the kraut. With that, we are ready to build this beast. We're going to grab both dogs and we're going in on our bun. Dog number 1, go in there. Dog number 2, go in here. And I purposefully got bigger buns because I wanted to actually have a bigger dog. When you're Oktoberfesting it up, you're drinking lots of beer. You need something good to soak up all of that delicious Oktoberfest Festbier. We've got our ooey gooey cheese. Oh my goodness. And remember, we put the Oktoberfest beer in that. And we're gonna ladle this in. And the pretzel bun is gonna be hearty enough to actually hold all of these toppings beautifully. Now it's just like we have one big long wiener. Everybody knows Hot Dog Show is fan of meat on meat action. And what better? This is almost like if the Germans came up with a coney dog. I imagine this might be what it's like. And then remember that crispy, wonderful griddled kraut with our red sweet peppers. That's going to go down on top. Oh, look at that. That is fantastic. And it would not be a German hot dog without a little bit of stone ground mustard. That is the Oktoberfest Bratwurst dog. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. All right, it's time to try this beast. Prost, everybody. Very hearty. The pretzel bun gives it a depth, and it actually has a little bit of its own flavor in there. And then the hot dog, the smokiness of the hot dog, and then the brat crumble on top of that with the kraut, the brightness of the kraut. The entire thing, if this were a cooler night and I were drinking beer in a big tent, I would definitely want to go. This is going to warm you up, keep you nice and warm on the inside, and it's going to go well with that Oktoberfest beer. Hey, smash that like, hit the subscribe, and keep those buns toasty. Your dog's mighty, and your stein's full. We'll see you next time.